Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about percentiles, and I'm going to do an example here in a few minutes, but first of all I'll just talk about what percentiles are. Okay, so percentiles just really they divide a data set up into 100 equal parts, which means there are 99 percentiles basically. There are 99 percentiles. So what does that mean? Well, if you take the example where you do, let's say, a maths test, and you get 90% in your maths test, you may think, well, that's a very good score, that's a very good mark for my maths test, and indeed it is, but compared to the rest of the class, it may or may not be good. For example, if the rest of the class got more than 90%, then in fact you're at the bottom of the class where this test is concerned. So it's not really a good score compared to the rest of the class. So this is where percentiles come in. Now, as I said, there are 99 percentiles in total, and if, for example, you're in the let's say the 75th percentile, that means that 75% of the class scored less than you. If you're in the 50th percentile, that means 50% of the class scored less than your score. So 50%, the 50th percentile in fact is called the median, and we did that in a previous video. And the 25th percentile is called the lower quartile, and the 75th percentile is the upper quartile. Okay, so let's see how we actually go about calculating percentiles. Well, I have a set of numbers here, and I'm going to calculate two percentiles. I'm going to calculate P15, which is the 15th percentile, and I'm going to calculate P75, which is the 75th percentile. So I'm going to do two different percentiles on this set of data here. So let's look at P15 first of all. Okay. Now, first thing you need to do is rank the data from lowest to highest, and that's already done for us here in this stem and leaf diagram. So if it's not ranked, you need to rank it first of all. Put it in order, lowest first up to highest. So you can do that using a stem and leaf plot, or you can just simply list them from lowest up to highest. So let's look at this. We have 48 numbers here, so I'm going to take 48 and I'm going to multiply that by, we want the 15th percentile, so I'm looking for 15 over 100. 15%, if you like, is 15 over 100. So 15 over 100 times 48 will give me 7.2. Okay, so now it's, as I said, it's the same procedure that we use to calculate median and quartiles. So when we did that, when we didn't get a whole number here, we just simply rounded it up. So I'm going to round this 7.2, I'm going to round it up to 8. And then all I have to do is count the 8th number. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is actually 12. 1, 2 is 12 here. So P15, our 15th percentile, is 12. In other words, 15% of the data, of all of this data here, 15% of this data is below the number 12. Okay, so let's do the next one then, which is P75. Okay, so we want P75. So again, I'm going to do the same thing again. There are 48 pieces of 48 numbers here. I'm just going to multiply that by 75 over 100 this time, and when you do that you get 36. Now remember, again, up here we got a decimal, so we rounded up to 8. In this case we didn't get a decimal. And remember when we did the median and quartiles, what did we do when we got a whole number? Well, we actually picked this number here, the 36th number, and the 37th number, and we added those two together and divided by 2. So the 36th number, if you were to actually count all of these numbers up to 36, go along here up to 36, you will find that the 36th number is actually 39. It's this one here, in fact. And the 40th number, the next number up, is actually 40. Or the 37th number, I should say. This is the 36th number, this is the 37th number. So you take 36th number and the 37th number, add them together and divide by 2. So let's do that. So we want the 36th number, which is 39. We want the 37th number, which is 40. We're going to add those two together. We're going to divide by 2, and that will give us 39.5. So this is our P75 here. This is our 75th percentile. So 75% of the numbers in this data set here lie below 39.5. And that's it.